As we get more and more great Quest 2 games, it's normal for us to start forgetting or even overlooking a few good ones here and there. But some of them are not only good, they're very good, and you deserve to know which underrated Quest 2 games are worth your interest. I'm your host Andy, and let's jump right in. We're kicking off our list of underrated VR games for the Quest 2 with Blast On. It was released back in October 2020 by the top-notch developers at Resolution Games. Blast On is a PvP game that matches players against one another in a futuristic head-to-head duel, with one player standing across from the other on the opposite platform. As each round begins, various firearms, throwable weapons, and shields surround each player. The limited-use weapons can be of course grabbed and utilized to eliminate the other player, with each weapon having unique strengths and weaknesses. You've probably heard of it already, I'm aware, but if anything has stopped you from trying it so far, then please do yourself a favor and just get it right now. It's the type of game that becomes addictive through its adrenaline-pumping game style and infinite replayability due to it being an online multiplayer game. Next up is Swarm. Don't let the arcadey look keep you away, because this grappling shooting insanity of a game 100% deserves more attention. With short levels, dazzling vibrant environments, and competitive leaderboards that will transport you to the golden age of arcade games, it provides hours and hours of exciting and fun gameplay. In Swarm, you basically swing from one platform to another with your grappling hook while simultaneously shooting enemies. The controls and movement are very well crafted and feel as fluid as it gets in VR. You will likely get your entire body moving while playing it, because as cartoony as it looks, it's very immersive and makes you want to become a god at playing it. The bright and colorful environments full of vibrant enemies has a chill yet challenging vibe. The limited storyline may have been a turnoff for many Quest 2 users, but you should definitely give it a shot because it's a ton of fun. Larcenauts is a 6v6 hero shooter in which teams of heroes from various classes compete against each other. You can select one of 9 distinct specialists, each with their own set of weapons and talents, and the expected DPS, support, and tank classification. This game basically tries to take all of the good aspects of famous titles like Overwatch and implement them in VR. And I've gotta say, it results in a super fun team shooter with a ton of replayability, and it just has that competitive bug that makes you want to get better and better at it. Larcenauts has kept receiving updates and getting even better, and it's been a blast every single time I've played it. I can't state enough how fun it is. It had a bit of a rocky start, I get it, but it truly is a great title and the developers deserve your attention. Resist is a story-driven single-player adventure set in the future. I'll pin a card with a link to my full review of it here if you want to watch it after this video. But basically, the player becomes a member of the Resistance and starts wresting authority from the elite, disturbing the status quo and basically, well, resisting. This game is the perfect blueprint for a potential Spider-Man VR game. Well, Spider-Man with guns, but anyway. The swinging mechanics in this game are just balanced to perfection, and they feel better than any other one I've tried. Yes, even Swarm. You'll find yourself swinging through the city without giving a damn about the storyline, which is not too shabby either. The game is not super long, with a fairly limited storyline and weapons choices, but it still offers hours and hours of fun. Even if you're not doing anything in particular, that swinging is so relaxing and exhilarating at the same time. Try this underrated title and you'll love it. Don't get me wrong, I know everyone's heard of Zenith, but surprisingly very few are actively playing it compared to other multiplayer titles like Population 1 or Echo Arena. The truth is, maybe the fact that there's already so much to do and also so much to still come in the future is why people are afraid of jumping in. If you're a fan of MMORPGs, imagine being in the game's immersive open world through the holy technology of VR on your Quest 2. It gives a whole new meaning to doing quests with your buddies, or fighting enemies, or even just taking in the views. Zenith has already come a long way, with investments still pouring in to make the game even better and fulfill its destiny of becoming the WoW of VR. Right off the bat, this game is incredibly beautiful. The art style works great alongside the game's overall storyline, and the attention to detail is clear from top to bottom. The game's concept is also ideal for VR, and the overall gameplay is quite addictive and very out of the box. Many developers just play it safe when it comes to mechanics, but these guys are pushing the limits of creativity, and I love it. The whole cloning mechanism makes the game quite unique, and the puzzles are challenging yet satisfying. If you own a Quest 2, you need to play this game right now and enjoy this piece of underrated VR gaming history. Number 1 for me is Stride. Why more people don't get this game is beyond me, especially with the new multiplayer modes that add a whole new dimension. I mean, if you enjoy Gorilla Tag, you should start playing Stride's new Horde and King of the Hill modes because they genuinely feel like a way better, way more polished version. In the base game, you fight for your survival as you run across the rooftops of a future metropolis. This game puts you in the shoes of a parkour-loving badass as you leap, swing, roll, and blast your way through this exciting, action-packed adventure. It's basically Mirror's Edge in single-player mode and Gorilla Tag 2.0 in multiplayer. It also features beautiful graphics, a great soundtrack, and very responsive controls. What's not to love? That's my list of great underrated Quest 2 games you should be paying attention to. Spread the love in the comments below. Which underrated game have you played that needs more eyeballs on it? And since you're down there, like this video if you found it helpful. Have the best day and I'll catch you soon. Cheers, guys!